Why Bola Tinubu must get credit for Lagos transformation, says Governor Babajide Sanwo Olu. Hello everyone, welcome to Newsport TV, compliments of the season, and thank you very much for joining. The contention over the role of All Progressive Congress APC's presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the wave of infrastructural transformation being witnessed in Lagos State in the last 2 decades may now be put to rest. Governor Babajide Sanwo Olu on Monday set the record straight, saying Mr. Tinubu was the brain behind the development master plan being implemented by successive administrative governments in Lagos, which has elevated governance in the state. This, Mr. Sanwo Olu said, is a fact that should not be denied by anyone who worked closely with the former Lagos State Governor from 1999 to 2007. Mr. Sanwo Olu was a special guest at Your View, a show on television Continental TVC, where he spoke about his government's achievements, his re-election, family values, and relationship with the APC presidential candidate. Lagos is widely believed to be the model for good governance, infrastructure renewal, and innovation. The state recently made history as the first subnational entity in Africa to complete modern intercity rail infrastructure without federal budgetary allocation, a feat widely applauded. Mr. Sanwo Olu said Mr. Tinubu could not be deprived of the credit for the reforms that set the direction for the infrastructural programs delivered by his successors to transform Lagos to one of the biggest economies in Africa. The governor, who said his working relationship with Tinubu began in 2002, emphasized that he was a living witness to development and Lagos State's Economic Empowerment and Development Strategy, LASEEDS, under the leadership of Tinubu. The LASEEDS document, Sanwo Olu said, was harmonized with the 10-point agenda document and became the precursor to the Lagos State Development Master Plan, LSDP, that originated from the Lagos Economic Summit in Higbeti, initiated by the Tinubu administration. He said, with all sense of humility, I joined the Mr. Tinubu government over 20 years ago. I was general manager in my bank before I joined Tinubu in November 2002. From the very first day of my appointment, I was in Tinubu's cabinet and I saw things firsthand. I'm a living witness in the development vision put forward by Tinubu. It's not something we should be blabbing about. It's a fact we all know. Under the leadership of Tinubu, we set up documents called LASEEDS and SEEDS, which are economic development blueprints for Lagos. We also had what we called a 10-point agenda, which laid the foundation for revenue generation drive, transportation reform, and public infrastructure renewal. LASEEDS and SEEDS documents were working blueprint for transformation in Lagos. We set up the Higbeti Economic Summit to run year on year, where we collate inputs from the private sector and put them in the flesh of public documents and generate a working paper we could implement. I was the Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, so I was part of those that developed the document. Lagos Metropolis Area Transport and Authority, LAMATA, for example, did not just come out of the space. Tinubu set up LAMATA with the World Bank in 2002. I was part of the first set of personnel that worked in LAMATA, which is one of the best transportation agencies in the world. That's how the blueprint was developed. And we had a 20-year development plan for it, which former Governor Babajide Sanwo Olu improved on. He expunged some items and replaced them based on the realities of the period. Former Governor Akinwumi Ambode did similar thing. Our government is doing the same because there is continuity. We are able to see the challenges of previous governments, and we decided on those things we can take quickly. Bola Tinubu deserves the credit because he's the one that was able to bake the first retinue of very intelligent people that worked with him to develop implementable blueprints. Mr. Sanwo Olu dismissed the speculation in certain quarters that Mr. Tinubu had been running Lagos by proxy, noting that the former governor had since moved to the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) in the last 6 years, where he had been contributing his quota to national development and building the ruling party. The governor, however, said Mr. Tinubu's experience in governance qualified him as the right person from whom advice is sought regularly for direction. Tinubu is a father and a man that I respect personally. I cannot take that away. Critics always want to say anything. But are we keeping our eyes on the ball? Yes. Are we doing the things the Lagosians want us to do? Yes, the governor said. On why Lagosians should trust him with another mandate in the coming general election, Mr. Sanwo Olu said, one of the strongest points of a leader is for people to underrate you. You don't have to be in people's faces to get your task done. All you have to do is to roll up your sleeves and get the job done. Check out my background. Integrity is what I live by. As a treasurer in a bank, my word is always my bond. If I give commitments, I keep to those commitments. It is not about me alone. It is about our future and the legacy we should be leaving behind. We have kept faith with all the things said we will do, and we keep trying our best to give Lagosians the best of governance. So these are the words of the current governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo Olu, who is seeking second term in office. The governor, who has come to the tail end of his first term of 4 years tenure, is somebody that we can describe as the cat with 9 lives, because is any governor or any public office holder who has witnessed being in office during the COVID era has seen quite a lot. We knew how, everywhere was shut down, how Lagos State tried to manage the COVID situation and everything, and which I think they really tried their best. However, the most crucial part that happened during Governor Sanwo Olu's first term tenure is the NSAS issue that happened. And honestly, that issue and handling of that issue has been something that, is still being talked about till today, to say maybe it would have been handled like this, maybe not, and all of that. How the panel was constituted and how compensations were recommendations of the panel, and how, the victims were compensated. So that is still a bit of a gray area in the administration, and which history has written in the sands of time. So for Babajide Sanwo Olu saying that, a leader has to be underrated so that, he can give his best. Yeah, I think that model works for quite a lot of people, and he has to contend with winning the election this year, and also for his opponent in the PDP, which is Jide Jandor. So it's just between those two contenders to steer the wheel of Lagos State as the electorate people decide at the election poll. So everybody knows that Lagos State was the capital of Nigeria before being moved to Abuja, and so it enjoys the fame of a commercial nerve of the country, where business activity is at always all-time high, and just like the bowl of Nigeria. So for Jide Sanwo Olu, it's not the same again, because the truth of the matter is so many dynamics are at play. But like I said, that a leader has to be undermined to be able to see the strength from within. Let's see how that works out in the next election. All Nigerians want is good governance, and governance that will listen to the heartbeat of its people. What's your opinion on this? Please drop your comments in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and also drop your constructive comments in the comment section below. Have a lovely day. Like I always say, may God bless Nigeria. Stay safe out there, and bye for now.